Good afternoon. It is Monday, September 15, and we are on board a Celebrity cruise ship going from Vancouver to Alaska and back. So, yeah, we screwed up. This was not supposed to happen, this balcony here. We were not supposed to have a balcony because we were supposed to pay installments along the way before the trip. And then the final payment, we forgot because there was no email reminders or anything sent out to remind us, hey, you got to, don't forget to pay that final payment. Otherwise, we cancel your trip and we keep the $1,000 deposit. So they kept the $1,000 deposit for, one per room, I think. So we're out $2,000. And then the only things available by the time we checked in were this cabin, which was an upgrade. So I usually don't give figures, but we can give these smaller figures. So our cabins were supposed to cost, I think, $1,500 each, with a little tiny porthole, I think, right? That you can't open, obviously. And now we have all this that is pointless anyway, because I'm never going to go out there again. I went out there when we first bought it. Oh, cool, it's a cabin. It's with a private balcony. I'm never going to go out there again because the rest of the ship, upstairs on the deck, etc., has much better views anyway. So the cabin was supposed to cost $1,500, and then the only things left were this, $3,000, and then my in-laws' suite upstairs. We're on the 11th floor. They're on the 12th floor. That suite was $10,000. So we're paying double for this room and 4 or 5 times for the other room. But ultimately, this is one of those lessons in frugality and living below your means for 20, 30 years and investing, etc., is that when these financial hiccups, these road bumps are going to happen, you can absorb these things. You can absorb them, and it doesn't hurt as much. I mean, it hurt a little bit, but then we decided that, we're going to give the nicer cabin to our parents, to her parents as a gift, and that made it hurt less, because normally we would not spend that kind of money on ourselves. But because it was going to, now I just kind of, justified it by saying, give it to them, and then, just make them happy. I mean, it's a small mistake, and we'll absorb it as not a big deal. They've been to several places around the world, and but they haven't never been to Alaska, and they rarely, I think, have gone on a cruise. Maybe a couple of other cruises before. So upgrade them and let them enjoy themselves. They have a full drink package. They have a butler that you can call to I don't know, for whatever butlers do, I guess. Refill your fridge, I guess. They have full exclusive rights to the most exclusive dining venue on board the ship that we commoners can't get into. So to make them happy, that's worth it. We would have never spent that on ourselves, obviously, but now to give it to our parents, that's perfectly fine. So, and their room is even nicer. They have higher view, unobstructed. So ultimately, you want to get to the, save and invest up to the point where you're preparing for, what we've been preparing for is a 50% drop in the in the stock market. So what would happen if your net worth suddenly drops by half? So you want to get up to that point where, if that happens, it doesn't affect your lifestyle. And this certainly, while it's a little painful lesson in remembering details and remembering when to pay your bills, it doesn't affect the rest of our lifestyle. And so, we just happily, gave the room to her parents so that they can enjoy themselves, because it's once in a lifetime thing anyway. So, all right, be well. This is somewhere out here in the British Columbia, somewhere in the ocean, up the inner passage of Canada, going up to Alaska. Take care.